This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Welcome back. We are taking a dive, well, sort of, and learning more about scuba diving. Just because we don't live near a deep body of water doesn't mean the opportunity isn't there, and it doesn't mean you can't get certified. To learn more about scuba diving and her most recent trip, we have Jacqueline Saley here this morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. I'm super excited to be here.
I'm super excited because I've always been intrigued by scuba diving, but at the same time really scared because I don't like deep bodies of water.
Sure.
So how long have you been doing scuba diving?
I actually got certified in 2008, and I was like you. I was completely petrified of any open body of water. And when I say that to people, most people are like, then why on earth did you get certified? But I just gave it a try. I was invited to go on a trip with a group of friends, and everybody was certified. So it was kind of like, well, you can kind of hang out at the house, or you could get certified. So I did, and I ended up loving it. It's actually what my career is now revolving around.
All right. And you actually got certified in a different state outside of Missouri. So my next question is the certification process different within every state, or is it the same?
It's the same. So what really differs is the certification organization that you get certified by. I got certified by PADI, which is a very well-known worldwide organization, and I was actually in New York and got certified. I was living in New Jersey, working in New York at the time, and got certified there, and it was amazing. Okay.
So talk about the equipment that you see when you do go scuba diving. So first off, let's start with this. Is this like where you keep your oxygen tank, or?
Yeah, so this is the BCD, your buoyancy control device. And what it does is the tank actually hooks onto the back of it.
Oh, okay.
And
so it would go right here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And then this regulator here also connects to your BCD and allows you to inflate the vest so that you can come back up to the surface, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And then your regulator here is also, it hooks up to your tank. This is how you breathe. You have one that is your primary source, which you're breathing from, and then one that you can share air with a buddy.
Okay.
And then you just have your basic fins and your basic mask.
And really quickly, before we talk about your trip that you recently just took, what does it take to get certified? Like, what does the class entail?
So it really, again, depends on the certifying agency. And nowadays, because there's so much that you can do online, you can avoid a lot of the class time by doing your educational work in a classroom or online or in a classroom, and then you actually go and do some dives in a pool in a confined environment so that you start to feel comfortable before you actually get into an open body of water. And then you have a certification weekend where you go to an open body of water and demonstrate the skills that you've been learning about.
Awesome. Yeah. So now let's go ahead and talk about your most recent expedition. This is really cool. So, and we have some pictures to show off too. So go ahead and talk about it.
Okay, so most recently I went and did a shark training with an amazing woman. Her name's Christina Zanato, and right here you see a picture of me dressed in my chainmail. We were in chainmail because we were hand feeding the sharks in the wild, and so that just prevents any accidental bites. This here is probably one of my favorite moments where I got to actually kiss a shark. So I took my regulator out and gave Miss Foggy Eye, that's her name, a kiss there, and that was definitely one of the most memorable kisses. And then this is just Christina and I talking. She's debriefing me on our dive. And again, just another one of Christina and I. And then she's actually helping me put the chainmail on, which is quite a process. The whole chainmail suit actually weighs 20 pounds.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, you don't have to wear any additional weight to be able to sink yourself. You sink pretty well. And this is just me in my moment of excitement, getting ready with my chainmail. It was a really cool experience just getting dressed in the chainmail.
Okay. And then here you are getting prepared again. Where was this?
This was actually in Freeport, which is on Grand Bahama Island.
Okay.
And she has actually been working in this area with these sharks for over 20 years. So she really is an expert at what she does. And in addition to feeding them in the wild, she also practices the art of tonic immobility. And tonic immobility is this restful state that these sharks can go into when they are overstimulated on certain sensory glands on their nose. It's very interesting.
Really?
So they will, as you saw where I was kissing the shark, that shark was technically in the state of tonic immobility. So we were able to pet the shark, and she was still for about 25 minutes, which is a pretty cool experience. Most people don't think of sharks being still and so docile.
Yeah, and so I did a little research on her, and some people call her like the shark whisperer.
Yes, she is, but she's so much more than that too. She is an explorer. She maps caves and has rights to caves that other people do not have rights to. So she's a big into cave diving as well, a huge conservationist and educator. So she's a really inspirational woman.
All right. And really quickly, you are wearing a rash guard type
Yes,
thing?
I did forget to mention that when I was talking about the equipment. So the other thing that I do is I design a line of women's scuba apparel. And so what I have on is a rash guard top and some dive pants, and then my bathing suit top underneath that.
So is this something you would wear when you would go underwater?
Yes, so this is something that I would wear underneath my wetsuit.
Gotcha.
So it actually, the dive pants make it really easy to don on your wetsuit, you know, as opposed to it sticking to your skin, that sort of thing. So the brand that I'm wearing is called Scuba Has Evolved, which is also known by the acronym S.H.E.
Okay, perfect. Well, what we'll do is we'll post everything on our website at heartlineconnection.com.
Awesome.
We'll also post more information on where you can actually get certified in the state of Missouri or the state of Iowa. There's a lot of different places you can go to, and again, just because we don't live by a large, deep body of water doesn't mean you can't get certified.
So true. I love that.
All right, thank you so much, Jacqueline, for coming on.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.